Hello everyone. Today we will discussing about the concept of incidence and the specific actions developed by David Hilbert, and it consists of 8 actions. But before that, let us define what is incidence first. So, to simply put, incidence is just a partial coincidence. This means that if we draw two lines that intersect at a single point, they are not coincident. Because when we talk about coincident, they should lie on top of each other. But the lines we created here only has one point in common. And because of that, they are said to be incident to one another. No? Now let's go to um, primitive terms. No? Before we look at the actions, we might first want to establish the primitive terms. No? These are the undefined building blocks for our system, the point, the line, the plane, and we describe the relationship between the three of them using the terms like lie on or contains. Now let's move into Hilbert's incidence action. We'll start with how lines are determined. For action 1, for every 2 points AB, there exists a line A that contains each of these points AB. No? Essentially, any 2 points can be connected by a line. No? Let's see with this example diagram. We have here 2 points A and B. No? And there exists a line A, this line A, that contains both of them. No? Ibig sabihin, kapag meron tayong 2 points, meron nag-i-exist na line sa kanila na nagko-contain sa both of the two distinct points A, B. And this axiom 1 is makikita natin sa Euclid's axioms or postulates. No, yung axiom 1 yun na 2 points determine a line. Now, the next one is the axiom 2. No? For every 2 points A, B, there exists no more than one line that contains each of the points A, B. Crucially, for those 2 points A and B, there exists no more than one line that contains them. This ensures that the line between the 2 points is unique. And there exists only exactly one line that contains both A and B. No? When you look at this example diagram, we have 2 points A and B again, and a line A that contains them. And you cannot draw another line that would contain A and B, no, because there only exists exactly one line that could contain them. Because if you draw another line, just like this broken line, that line would just lie on top of the line A. Now let's go to action 3. Sabi ni action 3, there exists at least 2 points on a line and there exists at least 3 points that do not lie on a line. Sinasabi lang ni axiom 3 na to ensure our geometry isn't empty, just axiom 3 exists there states that there exists at least 2 points on a line. And it also guarantees that there exists at least 3 points that do not lie on the same line. When you look at this example diagram, we have here a line A, and we see that there is 2 points exist in this line A that is contained by the line A. No, the points A and the points B. We also have here 3 non-collinear points A, B, and C. And we can draw a line from A to B B to C, and C to A, where those lines where A, B, and C are not incident to only one line. No? Now let's go to action 4. For every three points A, B, and C that do not lie on the same line, there exists a plane alpha that contains each of the points A, B, C. And for every plane, there exists a point which it contains. It just says that kung meron kang tatlong points, three non-collinear points na or na hindi sila nagla-line on the same line, may nag-i-exist na plane alpha na nag-contain sa tatlong points na yon. And sa second sentence niya naman is, kapag ka meron kang plane, may nag-i-exist na points sa loob ng plane na yon or yung kino-contain ng isang plane na yon. No. When we look at this example diagram, we have the 3 points A, B, and C, and a plane alpha. No? When we look at this, our 3 points A, B, and C is contained by plane alpha. And additionally, this plane alpha also contain 3 points A, B, and C. No? And additionally, every plane must contain at least one point. No? Now let's move to action 5. For every 3 points A, B, C that do not lie on one and the same line, there exists no more than one plane that contains each of the 3 points A, B, C. Just like planes are unique. No? For every 3 non-collinear points, there exists no more than one plane that contains them. Now, when we look at this example diagram, we can see we have the 3 points A, B, and C, and a plane alpha. And the points A, B, and C can only be contained by one plane alpha and cannot be contained by another plane, because if there exists another plane that could contain the both three distinct points or the three non-collinear points, the plane will also coincides with the plane alpha. Now let's go to action 6. No? If 2 points A, B of a line A lie in a plane alpha, then every point of A lies in the plane alpha. This is the flatness rule. Sinasabi niya lang dito that if 2 points of a line lie in a plane, then the entire line lies in a plane. No? Ibig sabihin, when we look at this given example diagram, if we have 2 points A and B of a line A, and it's contained by plane alpha, then every point of that line also lies in plane alpha. That's what action 6. Now let's go to action 7. If two planes alpha and beta have a point A in common, then they have at least one more point B in common. No? Says that if two planes intersect, then their intersection is a line. No? This tells us that planes don't just meet at a single point. They intersect along a path, and that is a line. When we look at this given example diagram, we have here the plane alpha and the plane beta, and we also have a point A here. They have this point here A in common here, and if they have a point A in common, they must have at least one more point B in common. And we can also draw a line from A to B, no, using axiom 1, and we can name this line as line A. This line A. Now let's move to axiom 8, right? No? Sabi lang ni axiom 8, there exists at least 4 points which do not lie in a plane, no? Sa axiom 8, no, siya yung rule na nagbi-brings us into the third dimension, no? This prevents our geometry from being stuck in a flat 2D world. We look at this given example diagram, we can both see four points that do not lie on the same plane. The points A, B, C, and D, forming this 3D shape. No? That 3D shape. No? That's why axiom 8 determines the 3D existence, the existence of a 3D figure. See axiom 8. Dinedetermine niya ang existence of 3D figures in geometry. No, to summarize all of the incidence axioms of Hilbert, we can group these 8 axioms into 3 categories. The first one is the line determination for axioms 1 to 3, and plane determination for axioms 4 to 7, and 3D existence for the axioms 8. No. Axioms 1 and 3 are grouped into line determinations because lines are determined by points, and 4 to 7 because planes are determined by points and lines. And the axiom 8, this ensures that 3D space, no? This ensures that the existence of the 3D space. So thank you for watching my presentation on Hilbert's incidence axioms. I hope this helps you understand the foundation of modern geometry. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.